Moving east from the mountains and basins region, we come next to the Great Plains region of Texas. The land. The Great Plains region has 4 sections. The High Plains section is separated from the North Central Plains region by a long, steep slope called the Caprock Escarpment. The Edwards Plateau is hilly. In fact, the eastern part of the Edwards Plateau is called the Texas Hill Country. The Toya Basin is a broad, flat area located in the Pecos River Valley. The Llano Basin sits on the eastern edge of the Edwards Plateau. The vegetation in this geographic region includes different grasses. The Great Plains region has some forests with very tall trees. The natural resources of the High Plains include oil, natural gas, and good soil. Farmers use underground water to irrigate the land. Farmers grow wheat, cotton, and sorghum in the Great Plains region. The Edwards Plateau is ideal for raising Angora goats. The hair of these goats is called mohair. Mohair can be spun into fine yarn. Almost all of the mohair made in the United States comes from Texas. The climate depends partly on elevation. Higher elevations usually mean cooler temperatures. This geographic region has hot summers and cool winters. Sometimes cold weather can blow in from the Rocky Mountains. The western part of this region gets about 10 inches of rain, and the eastern part gets about 30 inches of rain annually. 1. Compare the vegetation of the geographic regions of Texas. How is the vegetation in the Great Plains region different from the vegetation in the Mountains and Basins region? Compare geographic regions. The Great Plains stretch from the Rio Grande northward, across Texas, across the center of the United States, and up into Canada. You can see this on the map. People moved to this geographic region because it is a good place to graze cattle and grow grains. There are a few cities, but it is largely a rural area. In South America, there is a large area called the Pampas, which is similar to the Great Plains. In fact, the word Pampas means plains. As with the Great Plains in the United States, the Pampas is great for agriculture and cattle raising. 2. Major cities. Lubbock is often called Hub City because it is the economic hub or center of the region. Founded in 1890, Lubbock grew quickly after the Santa Fe Railroad built a line through the town in 1909. There are many schools, including Texas Tech University. Many people have jobs related to education and healthcare. People also work in agriculture and manufacturing. Amarillo is the largest city in the Texas Panhandle. It was founded in 1887 by business owners who built stores there. The business owners thought it was a good location for a town because a railroad was going to be built there. Amarillo quickly became a booming cattle town, with cattle being sent by rail to distant markets. People still raise cattle here. Amarillo is also a center for agriculture, healthcare, and the natural gas industry. One of the products found with natural gas is helium. Helium is a gas that is lighter than air with no color or smell. Tourism is also important in Amarillo. Tourism is the industry that serves people who are visiting an area for pleasure. People come to enjoy learning about the history of the Old West. They can go to the outdoor musical, Texas at Palo Duro Canyon. The musical is performed every year and tells about the past. Neighboring cities Midland and Odessa have large oil and gas industries. They also have businesses and stores that meet the needs of farmers and ranchers. 3. Cause and effect. Explain how the railroad helped the economy of Amarillo. A natural landmark. Palo Duro Canyon is about 120 miles long, 20 miles wide, and as great as 800 feet deep. It was carved by the Prairie Dog Town Fork, a river that feeds into the Red River. The vegetation in the canyon includes mesquite and juniper, which are hardwood shrubs. Palo Duro means hard wood in Spanish. Sometimes people adapt to an environment. This means that they change their behavior instead of changing the land. In the 1930s, people decided to protect Palo Duro Canyon. One reason people adapted to the land rather than change it was so that future generations could enjoy its natural beauty. Today, about 300,000 people visit Palo Duro Canyon State Park each year.